So a participant's successful completion of the program is getting through all 4 phases. The last 90 days of their program, which is like the transitional phase or could be like your phase 4, those last 90 days have to be incident-free. So there can't be any missed groups, any stalls, any dilutes, anything missed at that point, or they have to start over. So it's 90 days of being clean, 90 days of just doing everything that they have to do. So up until that point, they've gone through phases, but maybe they've had a slip up here or there or a misstep, and we, adjust treatment, maybe we add a sanction, but at the last 90 days, it's like near perfection because there are no missteps. So to graduate, they've gone through a lot.
I do discuss with them if they violate the program, if they pick up new charges, if they are convicted of another charge, they might face some jail time. Additionally, if they are terminated from the program, they will face jail time instead of probation. So we do spend a lot of time going over the reality, and the best case scenario is just a well-worked program without any jail sanctions. The clients do understand that it's going to be a lot of time. Sometimes they don't understand how much, and it's hard to explain exactly how much time any one person will spend in the program or how many sanctions a person will have, because it's sort of up to them at that point. But we do try and make it very clear what they'll be doing for the program, and it's a lot of time investment and energy investment and emotional investment in a program like this, but ultimately it leads to better outcomes than jail.
The methods that I, as a probation officer, along with the court, use to encourage participants in the program is really just bringing out to them the good things that they have done while in the program, the changes that they've undergone in the program. I don't really like to focus on the violations or the negative aspects of it, especially after they have undergone or completed a sanction. But I think it's important to show the participants, look where you started, look where you were when you started, and when you're at where you're at right now. Just the changes that they've undergone in their lives, their families' lives. An example is people will start off the program unemployed. And then at graduation, they have a job, they have a home, they have a vehicle. So I think it's really good to point out all the positive things that that they've done.
My first court date that I had, I went to a graduation, and that was my first court thing, so that was cool. I was like, wow, to see that people can, that they did it, and they went through a lot of hard stuff when they were talking about it. So that was a huge support thing that I wasn't expecting to go to. So when I seen that, I was like, there, people, everyone's supporting you and your family, and just even if you don't, they're supporting you all the way. So they're very supportive.
After the initial 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, when they've eliminated alcohol from their life, they begin to be able to focus on everything more clearly. They're required to either work or do community service. The ones that don't have jobs, they end up wanting to get a job because they don't want to do community service. And they're able to because they've begun the recovery process. They're able to function more clearly, which allows them to get a job, which allows them to have income, and in many cases begins the process to allow them to get their families back. We've had many, many clients that are in the program that have been able to get custody rights back over their children because they're sober. And when you go in front of a judge, that's looking at these things on the civil side, they're able to see somebody that, is not drinking. They can tell when somebody is committed to changing their lifestyle, and it plays a huge role in our participants, even when they're in the program, being able to deal with those family issues. It's just a tremendous thing to see as a judge, to watch folks come in and, people are really struggling. But it never ceases to amaze me how quickly they can turn everything around, stop drinking, start working, getting their families back. And it's just a wonderful thing to see as they work their way, to graduation.
Ultimately, The changes that I see in people's lives, the graduates that have, the people that have graduated before myself, I can see tremendous differences in how they were. I've seen people come into the program that were just a mess, and then 6 months into the program, they look totally different, they feel totally different. You can see a difference in their physique and the way they carry themselves. It definitely made a big difference for myself.